How did that feel?
Actually felt pretty good. I kind of baited him a little bit. Felt like I was going this way, and then I just sprinted that way. That's really what it was. It was just man coverage.
Is that something you have always kind of had the lines to do, or is that something you kind of develop over some veteran experience?
Veteran experience. I feel like as a rookie, you kind of you just want to focus on what your job is first and get to know the playbook and just do everything you're supposed to first, and then you can do a little jazz and feel like whatever you can do to the quarterback to make a play. So.
How has it been learning under guys like Justin Bean and even Justin Blackman coming in?
You always pick up something different from everybody, even from Tyron, and then from Reed coming in. You just teach me how he reads the offense and what they're going to do in certain formations. And then you got Julian, he's played a lot too. We always talk as a unit, us three, okay, if the receiver does this, how are you settling this, in man coverage, or how are you setting this up so you can be able to make more plays? Because that's really what it is. Because these windows are very tight, and these quarterbacks can fit it in. So whatever makes you play faster to be able to get from a PBU to a pick. So.
What stands out to you about the way that Staley dials up pressure?
Yes, that actually plays a big part, and that's why we all meet as a defense, because he wants the secondary to know, okay, what's the D line supposed to be doing, what's the DN, what is the nose doing, because it sets us up, for us to make a play, or even for us, even the back end. If we do our job, then it makes them to be able to get a sack. So we all got to be tied in together, and then I feel like that's why I like that we always meet as a defense for 30 to 45 minutes every day. So
it's communication, obviously communication is always important, but in Staley's scheme and how he uses the back end, is it even more important just to make sure everyone's on the same page?
Yes, it's way more important, especially from the last system we had. Because, we're not really running with a lot of stuff. So we're trying to keep everybody on their side. So we got to make sure we communicate with the corner, and the corner communicates to the linebacker, or even the DNs, because the DNs be tied into what we got going on. So that's why, like I said, with the meeting us together, it plays a big part. So we know what they're doing so we can be able to communicate and play faster.
When you say running with stuff, you mean pre-snap motion and stuff?
Yes. Pre-snap, because if you communicate pre-snap, then it makes it easier on thinking wise, okay, if I come here, then I don't got to go too far this way. Because if you wait, when that ball snap, stuff happens too quick, so you can't really react as fast if you want to. So,
what do you think it is about this system that maybe can allow you to play to some of your strengths a bit more?
You get more eyes on the QB. I feel like the last system, it was more run across the field and doing all this other stuff, especially in the nickel and the safety to the field and stuff. So I feel like in this system is get more eyes on the QB so you can make more plays. And that makes more turnovers. You can play faster, come downhill, make more tackles quicker. I feel like just makes you play faster and just have fun, really. So.
Have you seen Kool-Aid play with a lot more confidence this year? It just seems very evident.
Oh, yes. I mean, I'm pretty sure we all see it. He's playing more confident, more I would say more patient. He's not what I want to say, not thinking too much. You could tell he's dialed in. He actually accepts more coaching now and more communication on the field. You could just see him just flying around and having fun, and I'm excited for him this season.
What are your thoughts on the grill?
Huh?
What are your thoughts on the grill?
That's Kool-Aid, man. He gonna show up and show out. So whatever makes you play, your best. Go ahead.
What did you think of the energy today?
The energy? Honestly, the energy, every day as a defense, we try to keep it up because that's what keeps us ramped up. It actually even helps the offense too, because that's just how it's gonna be, especially during the season with our schedule. With us being tied in together, and once we, like you said, with the meeting, the process, go out there, do what you're supposed to do, gives the offense a hard time. We love seeing that, none of that happy stuff, with them scoring and stuff. So, yeah, I feel like that makes a big part of being more confident and being together as a team. So. How he runs things? Oh, yeah, I feel like it's a big difference, just coming from the last team we had. like with the team meetings, he's always giving us, the situations like we got going on for the next day. And then he always talks about, playing together to play smart, physical, and tough. I feel like that's a big thing. And he's always going over like the plays that goes on in practice, shows everybody what we're supposed to be doing, the style of play. I feel like that plays a big part. And then, I feel like there's more togetherness, more doing stuff outside of football, not just in here, we going to paintball and bowling or whatever. I feel like that plays a big part actually to build a team. So.
Do you think that was needed just to kind of, out of the season you guys had, vibes with where they're at? Like, what do you think that kind of...
I think that is like very important because, when you get to losing so much, so you get down and you be like, dang, what we gonna do? But it's not just, like I said, not just football. You gotta be able to communicate outside of football, get to know your teammates and stuff like that. I feel like that plays a big part because when you go on the field, then you feel like you're playing for somebody like you mess with like your brother or your family. So I feel like that plays a big part. Just having fun on and off the field.
What do you think about Quincy Riley earlier on? He's making a lot of plays so far. Yeah.
2-9. The man's a dog. I'm letting you know right now. He gonna be one of them. He's still a rookie, he's still learning and stuff. But I like the way he plays on the QB and be able to make more plays on the ball. You seen it. I think it was yesterday or whatever. He had that deep ball pick. He's starting to get better. He's listening, communicating well. He's gonna be one of them.
How important was it today to get off script? Do you feel like you play a little more instinctual when it's not like, all right, after this we're going to be on the 14, and then like you're not as reliant on what's coming up next?
Are you talking like the situation of like what was going on to like in 2 minutes, stuff like that? Or
yeah, so with Staley calling the plays today, when coordinators are calling plays today and not just everything being scripted?
It's just like game-like, I feel like that's the best way to do it because when you get on the field, there's no script or anything. There's okay, we got to play this play to their offensive play. Just going out there and just playing fast and fun, and physical with, because we all know the play calls now. Now it's just going off of what the situation is, if it's third and short or if it's second and long. Just playing the play call, whatever you call it. So.
Getting back to Kellen, he seems unusual for a head coach in that he smiles a lot, he's friendly, he's laid back. Y'all haven't played a game yet, but do you see a seriousness or an intensity behind the scenes that maybe we don't see?
He's the same. Like when he's in front of us, or even if he's not in front of us, he's always saying, like you say, he's laid back, smile, but he's serious too, but he lets us play football. That's what you got to do, especially at this level. You got to let us go play. I know there's a certain play call, we got to do this and stuff, but football, a lot of stuff happens. You just got to go out there and just play. Wherever the ball go, you go. That's really what it is. So, like I said, you can see a difference from this year to last year.
I've heard a lot of players talk about freedom and everything, particularly over the defensive side. It sounds like it's kind of relevant to what you were just discussing, but why is freedom over rigidity maybe an improvement for all of you?
Because, like I said, in football, things are not perfect. A lot of stuff happens. He might fall, he might trip, or he might then get to his gap. You just gotta play. You just gotta play off of people. Sometimes you just can't be like, oh, I got this gap, or I got him. You just gotta literally just adjust on the fly. But that's what I like about Staley, because he just be like, just go play football. Just make a call and play football. That's really what it is. See ball, go get ball. So,
do you get an opportunity like, I don't know, something doesn't go well because of something like that, right? There's an imperfection that made you make a different choice. Do you get the opportunity to kind of, like, you have that voice to be able to explain, well, this is
yes.
why I did?
Yeah, because, there's always a reason why. And I feel like when a coach is able to hear what you see, then, because, they're not the ones that's playing. We're the ones that's playing. We see a bunch of different stuff and things are happening quick, like I was saying. And when you have coaches that's able to listen to what you have seen, and then they go off and their input, and then they go to film, and you be like, okay, I see this is what happened, but something must happen in front of you or anything like that. So when you have coaches that's able to listen to what you've seen on there, it makes it more like you feel more confident, you get to play fast. So.
What was your viewpoint of the back of the end zone play today and the controversy?
Oh, you talking about the last period? You talking about?
PI.
Man, we all knew it was a scramble, right? So I feel like that was acceptable for him to be able to push him out. When a QB is not in the pocket, he's whoever scrambling or whatever. The scramble rules is to where we can push everybody out of bounds to where then they're ineligible to catch the ball. I feel like that was clean, but I don't know. Our refs be. No, they go out there and just make a call, and then when we say something, they but he just give you this. So, man. I mean, I don't know. Everybody's seen it. I don't know why they called it. They was making a lot of BS calls today, but it is what it is. That's gonna happen in the game, so we just gotta adjust on the fly.